So just to define a few terms and give you some background information, a critical incident is something that nurses and healthcare providers experience regularly at work, especially in acute care settings. And it can be anything that causes you to pause and reflect, or you need to think about this incident to try and assign some kind of meaning to it. So often the critical incidents that we might report are code blues or something of that nature, unexpected patient death. But other kinds of critical incidents for nurses could be code grays or very aggressive behavior, staffing shortages, something that's called disenfranchised grief, when you've made a connection with a patient or a family member and then they die and you have this grief that you don't really know how to process because you're not, an intimate family member of the person who's passed, but you still have this grief and nowhere to put it, nothing to do with it. So that's kind of what a critical incident is. And then studies have shown that critical incidents just kind of accumulate over the lifetime of your profession, and they lead to stress. And stress is kind of categorized by over-engagement. It's chaotic. And then critical incidents can also lead to burnout. And burnout is kind of on the other end of the scale. It's when you're so physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted that you're just disengaged. You're disengaged from yourself. You're disengaged from your patients and your profession. And then moral distress is another thing I wanted to touch on that critical incidents can definitely contribute to, and that is when a nurse or a healthcare provider knows the right path to take, but because of maybe the orders that they've been giving or institutional policies, they are unable to take the morally correct path, and so they're having to act in a way that is disconnected from their own beliefs or moral code, and it impacts their sense of integrity.